Well, good afternoon. It is Thursday, February the 15th. We are going into the King James Bible, the book of Genesis, and this is going to be chapter 46. And if you remember, we left off where the brothers had come back and told Jacob, who finally is called Israel, about Joseph. And I guess they confessed everything that they had done as well, but they also expressed the fact that Joseph had forgiven them, and Benjamin is there, and Joseph is asking for all of them to come back and live with him because there's going to be still a few years left of famine in the land. There's still 5 more years of famine left. So we're going into 46 now. And remember, Judah is now called Israel. And Israel took his journey with all that he had, and came to Beersheba, and offered sacrifices unto the God of his father Isaac. And God spoke unto Israel in the visions of the night, and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, Here am I. And he said, I am God, the God of thy father. Fear not to go down to Egypt, for I will make of thee a great nation. I will go down with thee into Egypt. I will also surely bring thee up again, and Joseph shall put his hand upon thine eyes. I'm just marking something there. And Jacob rose up from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried Jacob their father, and their little ones, and their wives in the wagons which Pharaoh had sent to carry him. And they took their cattle, and their goods which they had gotten in the land of Canaan, and came into Egypt, Jacob, and all his seed with him. His sons and his sons' sons with him, his daughters and his sons' daughters, and all his seed he brought with him into Egypt. And these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt: Jacob and his sons, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn. And the sons of Reuben, Hanok, Phalu, Hezron, and Carmi. The sons of Simeon, Yemiel, and Yamin, Ohad, Jachin, Zohar, and Shol, the son of a Canaanitish woman. And the sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. The sons of Judah, and Onan, Shelah, Pharez, and Zara. But and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Pharez were Hezron and Hamul. The sons of Issachar, Tola and Puvah, Job and Shimron. The sons of Zebulun, Sered, Elon, and Yahiel. These be the sons of Leah which she bare unto Jacob in Padan Aram, with his daughter Dinah. All the souls of his sons and his daughters were 33. And the sons of Gad, Zephion, and Haggai, Shuni, Esbon, Eri, Aradai, and Areli. The sons of Asher, Yimnah, Ishwa, Isri, and Beriah, and Sarah their sister. And the sons of Beriah, Heber, and Melchiel. These are the sons of Zilpath, whom Laban gave to Leah his daughter. And these she bare unto Jacob, even 16 souls. The sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, Joseph and Benjamin. Unto Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim, which Asenath, the daughter of Potipherah, priest of On, bare unto him. And the sons of Benjamin were Bela and Besher, and Ashbel and Gera, and Naaman, Ehi, and Rosh, Mupim, Huppim, and Ard. These are the sons of Rachel, which were born to Jacob. All the sons were 14. And the sons of Dan, Hushim. And the sons of Naphtali, Yasiel, Guni, Yezer, and Shalem. These are the sons of Bilhah, which Laban gave unto Rachel his daughter. And she bare these unto Jacob. All the souls were 7. All the souls that came with Jacob into Egypt, which came out of his loins, beside Jacob's sons' wives, all the souls were 66. And the sons of Joseph, which were born in him in Egypt, were 2 souls. All the souls of the house of Jacob, which came into Egypt, were now 70. And he sent Judah before him unto Joseph, to direct his face unto Goshen. And they came into the land of Goshen. And Joseph made ready his chariot, and went up to meet Israel his father to Goshen, and presented himself unto him. And he fell on his neck, and wept on his neck a good while. And Israel said unto Joseph, Now let me die, since I have seen thy face, because thou art yet alive. And Joseph said unto his brethren and unto his father's house, I will go up and show Pharaoh, and say unto him, My brethren and my father's house, which were in the land of Canaan, are come unto me. And the men are shepherds, for the trade hath been to feed cattle, and they have brought their flocks and their herds and all that they have. And it shall come to pass, hello, PK, when Pharaoh shall call you, and shall say, What is your occupation? That you shall say, Thy servant's trade hath been about cattle from our youth even until now, both we and also our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen. For every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians. Wow. That's interesting. Every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians. It kind of speaks volumes, doesn't it? Let's go back to the beginning, because there was something that I noted there. This is in verse 3. God is talking to Israel. And in verse 3 he says, And he said, I am God, the God of thy father. Fear not to go down into Egypt, for I will there make thee a great nation. And then in verse 4 he says, I will go down with thee into Egypt, and I will surely bring thee up again, and Joseph shall put his hand upon thine eyes. God is telling him, I am going to be with you when you go down into Egypt. But not only that, he's prophesying about the future. I will also surely bring thee up again. He's going down into Egypt, and he's told that they will come up again at some point in time. That's God telling him. And God saying, I will be with you. This is a phenomenal thing. You know, the land of Egypt was pagan gods. I mean, we all know Egyptian lore and everything else. I mean, it's been highly prevalent in documentaries and stuff like that about all the different gods that they worshipped. And yet this one Pharaoh recognized Joseph's God and you know, gave him respect for that. But the other thing that really got me right at the end there, okay, we've gone through the generations and so on and so forth, but the very last line in 34 says that you shall say, Thy servant's trade hath been about cattle from our youth even until now, both we and also our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen. For every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians. That says a lot to me. Goshen is the Nile Delta. It was a fertile land. It was green and fertile. But of course, the Egyptians were more, I guess, more into crops and other stuff like that. And maybe their slaves looked after the cattle. But for shepherds being an abomination unto the Egyptians, that kind of confirms that they are still in, you know, pagan gods and so on and so forth. Because, you know, we now regard Jesus Christ as our shepherd, you know, and you know, we have this thing about the lambs and the sheep and stuff like that. But here we have that the shepherd is an abomination unto Egyptians. You know, they that kind of foretells of the future in a way that, you know. But isn't it strange that even though when Jesus was a child, and the young child, Joseph and Mary took him and fled into Egypt, and then they come back again. So although Egypt was a pagan land, they were still open to, you know, there was no border barrier or anything like that. Unfortunately, there is a barrier right now in the southern end of Gaza, and that the only way of escaping for the Palestinians is to go into Egypt, and they won't let them. They won't let them. And there's a very little in the way of humanitarian aid. Like a sixth of what's coming through the Israeli border is only coming through the Egyptian border. So Egypt has pretty much closed her borders. They hadn't done in those days, but they're doing it today. So kind of an interesting comparison about what was going on. And then, of course, what happened later when Jesus, in the first century, the Egyptian border was still open and trade was still taking place. Well, there we have it. What do we learn about God in this chapter? That God is always with us. He told Israel, he told Jacob, I will be with you on the going down and the coming back up. I will be with you. God says, I will always be with you. And also, he will never let you go because he loves you. And I love you too. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching on the YouTube and for bearing with me on that move. And I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.